Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Cossacks 3. We're here with the Scottish DLC. They've gone added Scotland as a playable nation, and I thought we'd go ahead and do a battle in the editor. Now I actually got access to this earlier, or I was supposed to get it earlier, so I could just sort of review it before release, but because of some hiccups with the Steam release and the fact that it was Easter means that I haven't been able, or I haven't had time really to go ahead and do this video before now. But we're just quickly gonna take a look at all the special Scottish units. Then we're gonna see them fight a English army, and yes, that's about it. So right off the start here, we see the Scottish officer. And then we see Scottish pikemen of the 17th century behind. We've got two special cannons over here, which are frame guns. I should say that these are Covenant pikemen of Scotland, and behind the Covenant pikemen, we've got Covenant musketmen. So this is then from the 1600s, which means that it, I believe it depicts, well, it is the Covenant, so it depicts an army roughly about the time of the English Civil War. So we got them back there. We got the frame guns, which fire multiple shot in, well, not multiple shots. What I should say is it fires shots in a rapid succession. So there we have that, the frame gun, and behind them we've got the 18th century troops, the troops of the 1700, and these are more closer to the Jacobite. These troops are supposed to symbolize the Jacobite rebellion. So what we have here is we've got Highlander clansmen, sword clansmen of Scotland. Now note that the stats there are actually boosted because of the battle and so on. And then we've got bow clansmen over to the side. We can go ahead and go closer and take a closer look at these. Well, not that close, but this close. And so there we got the clansmen behind. And then we got the two different kind of cavalry units. So we've got the early one, which is a lancer unit. So you got the lancers back here, and then behind them you've got the Scottish Raiders, and we'll see them in action. So unlike the unfortunate business of Braveheart, when the cavalry runs away as Wallace most need them, they're actually going to take part here in the battle. On the other side, we have an English army, which we're just quickly going to take a look at because you know most of these units. So what they have in front are two Highlander unit, but I'm going to put them down as Lowlanders. Or maybe the English actually deployed a few Highlanders as well, loyal to the king. Then behind them we got three units of 400 in each of the British Grenadiers. And then 3 units of musketmen. The units are flanked by dragoons. And before we start, I think I'm most likely going to have to control the cannons. So I think we'll start off with that. We're gonna start off with not firing the Scottish cannons, because I want to wait and see how well they perform. The Scottish lines, that is, because as you can see we've got quite a lot of Scotsmen. The Scotsmen, there are 8,664 Scotsmen on the field, while I believe there's about 3,500 British troops. Or English troops. Well, they're British because they've got some Scotsmen in there as well. So let's start off with sending off the Covenant pikemen to charge into the British lines. Men of Scotland, you've bled with Wallace. Now bleed with me, or maybe for me, because the guy's gonna stand there. Oh, we opened up a rift in the pikeman line, but here they're off. Pike set they're ready. I thought I told the Scotsmen to hold ranks, but clearly they didn't. It's a massacre. So the Covenant pikemen could not really stand up to the British lines, where their assault similar to what happened at Culloden Moor in 1745, I want to say. So let's go ahead and have these guys actually stand ground, because we're going to need them to stand ground. Then we're going to send over the Covenant musketmen. Surely they will go ahead and do some damage on the English lines. And I think we will open up with the cannons as well. So Covenant musketmen, off you go. And let's open up with the cannons. Full-fledged fire! And here comes the rank and file. Scotsmen marching to freedom. And the open fire on the lowlanders. As cannon shot fly above them. And so, after much ado, it seems as though the Covenants were defeated. But as you can see, they did quite the number on the British lines. And so, we still got a lot of Scotsmen left. Oh, what? I didn't tell you to fire. Oh, the cannon's firing back. That's maybe why. We're gonna set the English cannons on actually firing. So they will fire in front of themselves. Canister. They're gonna fire a canister in front of themselves, and if the Scotsmen are very lucky, they will walk into that. So this time around, I think what we're going to do is we're going to send in the cavalry. So we'll send in... First, we'll have the 2 units of Lancers go in. Lancers, attack! And they will be followed by 316 Raiders, which are light horsemen. Quite a few lancers are getting killed, but there they reach the lines, and they sort of make it easier for the raiders to get in there. But those two lines were also defeated. Now we got the dragoons in the middle of everything. So what I think I will do is I'll move the dragoons clear off to the side, and I'll tell them to hold their ranks. And I think it's time for the Highland clansmen to attack. And what we're gonna do is, I think we'll do one line going in first, and then we'll send in the other one afterwards. So now they're off. And as you can see, the Highland clansmen with their swords and shields are actually faster than a normal infantry unit, and they're outpacing their the Highlander bowmen. And they passed onto the field, and it seems they've arrived just in time for the cannons to possibly shower them with canister. Yes, that one just took a swipe straight through all of that. But you can see the Highland men getting into the line, and what we're going to see here is probably that they're going to have a harder time going through the grenadiers than they're going to have going through the musket men. But as you can see here, they're carving quite a bit, just like acid poured onto them. And once they get into the flank, they can put down so many swords that the enemy doesn't stand a chance. It seems that I was mistaken. They killed off the what's it called? The grenadiers more so than they did the normal line infantry. Maybe I boosted the Scotsmen a bit too much. Or maybe I didn't boost the English enough. One thing though I find a bit strange with all of this is, I'm not sure if you can hear that, but the English bagpiper actually plays his bagpipe while the Scottish one let's get these cannons to hold fire. The Scottish one sounds like a drummer, while the English one actually sounds like a bagpiper. So if you listen to this. Let's see if we can end the last Scotsman over here. The Scottish bowmen, not at all as bad as you would think. I think it's their heightened fire rate, because I haven't increased the fire rate on the British troops, which might be very important for why the Scotsmen are succeeding here. Let's see if we can get some canister on them. Okay, that wasn't close enough. There we go, that was canister. But there's obviously a chance here of me going a bit too close and then the line capturing the cannons. But I think that will be it. It's a shame that the English did not stand better there at the end, but I guess I boosted the Scotsmen just too much compared with the English troops. But anyways, there we took a look at the Scotsmen, the Scottish DLC. And yeah, if you like this, go ahead and comment below. I have looked at some of there are some battles in this as well in the campaign, and I've also looked on doing some of the Prussian battles that are in one of the other expansions or DLCs. Anyways, as I said, I hope you enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!